when you were putting this movie together, how much do you give thought to this might be the first Predator movie that somebody's stepping into? So this might be their introduction to the world.
I think that's just appropriate behavior when thinking of a movie, period.
Sure.
Is to think of it as if nobody knows anything going into the story. It's actually why I'm often more inspired by video games, because there's always a way to envelop the player and bring them into the experience so that they link with who you're controlling.
Yeah.
So I think quite often in anything, in every movie I've had a chance to make of really like linking you to the protagonist and bringing you in as if, and certainly more so in a franchise that's got a lot of entries, to make sure people have a great ride. Because not even people who love different Predator movies, they may not remember every aspect of them,
right.
you know? So, yeah.
Dimitrius, the question I had watching the trailer was, and I know you probably can't reveal specifics, but are there like rules to this hunt? Is there a way that your guy could win somehow and get off this place he's been dropped into?
Oh man, that's a good question. I think you can find out November 7th when you come to the cinema and give it a watch. But yeah, nah, he's thick as a fierce and just not to be messed with Yauche. So I'll just leave it at that.
All right, sounds good. Elle, there's a moment in the trailer that I wanted to ask you about so much because it tells us so much about your character. The kill happens off screen. This monster is getting decimated. You come into frame with a smile on your face. Can you talk about shooting that and how you convey so much about the character with a look and not having to say anything?
Oh gosh, I do love that moment. That's one of my favorite moments in the movie because it does it sets her character up so well of, you know, the type of synth that Thea is, because I think she is a very different synth than we've ever seen before. Her personality is different from others we've seen in the in other alien films, and so it was working with Dan to try to kind of calibrate that personality, because as you see too, she's broken. She's not completely intact, and so she's a little kooky, and she has a lot of information though, and you know, she's gonna help Deck along the way, and yeah, I don't know, she's not scared of you, you know, kind of first. No, she's not a person, but she's like, yeah, you know, put me on your back and let's go. I'll help you along, which maybe a Predator isn't used to all the time, with people not being scared of him. But yeah, it's definitely an unlikely friendship. But it's one of the I love her positive personality.
Upbeat, something we don't see in this.
By the way, the fun of that moment that you refer to was that we did it as a Texas switch, which is like there's a stunt person doing the crazy jump, and then Elle rolls into frame, and also realized afterwards, like, that we didn't have to do it in that complicated way. It could have been simpler, but there's such a magic around doing an in-camera gag like that, and it really, even just on set, it felt like the moment that you see, and it's so rewarding to do it that way.
Because I think in my mind, I expected a badass warrior to come into the moment, right? And she's like, hi. Hi, how you guys doing? The other element that I couldn't take my eyes off of is the Predator's mouth. Is this something that you focused on a lot too while you were opposite him? And how does the mouth kind of work while he's talking?
The cool approach in this movie is that usually in the Predator's past, it's the mask has all been a crazy animatronic rig where other people are holding remote controls, and the actor is very stifled, and it can only move in certain access points.
Sure.
So for this movie, he's in a suit. He's in a practical suit, but it's an open cowl, and that is all digital and driven by his performance.
Okay.
So now that mount, it's like a real, like, I can maybe speak for all the directors past making a Predator movie, that every frame that you see in them is what was shot. Like, there's no extra frame because it often barely works. But this time it's like badass and emotional because of what Dimitrius was capable of in driving. So there wasn't so much of us staring at mandible mouth.
Okay.
It was more this guy.
And how did it feel for you to have your performance capture that way?
It was exciting. It was cool. I think what's it called? I like when I was told that was kind of gonna be the process. I looked up Andy Serkis's whole like prep that he did for like Planet of the Apes. I thought it would be similar. So yeah, no, it was fun. And then yeah, just getting to play alongside Elle and yeah everyone else was really.
And he could see her, and she can see him.
That's great.
Which is a different way of this kind of movie is usually made.
Yeah.
You know?
Because we're having scenes, dialogue scenes together, so it's like we had to have that.
Last question: does he have a weapon of choice?
I'm gonna go with the sword.
The sword?
Yeah, the sword, the tonfa, family heirloom.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. And you got comfortable with it?
Very comfortable. Very comfortable that my forearms would always be sore after a day's work, but nah, it was good.
That's awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate the time.